I wanted to ask you, this entire thing about the Indian consumer knows exactly what they want, right? And it's very difficult to cheat the Indian consumer because we see value for money and so on and so on. And yet at the same time, the flip side of that is that India has never been able to really build a brand because ostensibly the Indian consumer doesn't demand brands, right? It doesn't demand perfection. Right? Is there any way to explain this dichotomy?
See, if you see it from a business point of view, what you're saying is I want to predict his behavior. I want to design what he would like to have so that it increases my revenue. So basically I want a predictable animal. But the tragedy is Indians think a lot. And because we think a lot, we are not predictable. Because each one is coming up with his own private answer. What I would like is a bunch of sheep where the brand manager says, I am the shepherd. Buy this cloth today, buy that cloth tomorrow. Now, Indians are goats. We will all go in different directions, find our own blade of grass. And not acceptable from a mercantile point of view where I want. So the traditional Kirana store would be he would observe what you like and get more of that. So he keeps adapting it to your need on a day-to-day basis. Why? If I think quarter by quarter, year by year, and I'm thinking in those long-term industrial fashions, Indians won't think like that. Otherwise, every Bollywood filmmaker would be telling the next film will be successful. Never happens. Not a single Bollywood producer, I work a lot with Star TV, none of the production houses can predict what will work. They may show a lot of bravado, but we've seen some of the superstars making films which have collapsed. Why? Because you just can't predict what works. Everybody has, when you have invested money and made your plan, and by the time you actually produce it. So if you see the ads right now on television, they're all talking about corruption and nobility. Now these decisions were taken and the Anna Hazare movement was at its height. By the time the production is taking place and by the time the ads have come on television, that is gone. Yug badal gaya, aapka avatar nahi bata.